What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. It's Thomas here. This week is somewhat special. Not only we have an extra day off, but we also get to celebrate Thanksgiving, enjoy some turkey, and have a little bonding time with our families. What's also special is that starting on October 12th, you guys can finally apply for the Canada Recovery Benefits. Now, I know it's only been 2-3 weeks since the announcement, and it seems like there's already overwhelming of information out there already. Since a lot of people are still confused about whether if you should apply for EI or CRB, I decided in this video, I will list 7 different scenarios to help you understand which benefits you can qualify. Now, disclaimer alert, just like last time, I want to point out that all the information that I have in here is based on the government's official websites. So for most accurate information, please feel free to go back and check. Also, if you find this video useful, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up so YouTube knows it's good stuff and share it to more people who need. Now that we got these out of the way, let's get started. So case number 1, I was on my EI before March and it got switched to CRB. I still couldn't find a job right now. Should I apply for EI or CRB? In this scenario, you want to apply for EI and you don't need to reapply again since you already applied through Service Canada before. It will automatically transfer your application back. If you get approved for EI, you just have to submit your report every 2 weeks. Second scenario, I lost my job in June and I only applied for CRB. I'm still jobless right now. Should I apply for EI or CRB then? So the answer to this scenario is, if you are an employee before and have worked at least 120 insurable hours, then you should apply for EI, not CRB. This time, you have to go to Service Canada along with your regular employment, or ROE for short. To obtain your regular employment, you can go to your employer. Usually, you can get neither an electronic copy or a printed copy. For electronic copies, 9 out of 10 times, your employer will submit it for you on your behalf, so you don't need to worry about getting a copy. If you're not sure, you can log into your Service Canada account and take a look. There should be one uploaded already if your employer took care of it for you. For printed copies, you can submit it to a Service Canada service center, or you can mail it in. Just make sure you're giving them enough time to process. Scenario 3, I think a lot of you guys asked. I was working until May, then my employer asked me to take a short leave. I resumed work in September, but my hours got reduced. Should I apply for EI or CRB in this case? So, if you're working and your employer asks you to go on a short-term leave then come back to work, this is called a temporary layoff and you are completely eligible for EI. However, if you haven't been working continuously throughout the year, but it's only your hours got reduced, then in this case you're not eligible for EI. The key here is to obtain a copy of the ROE, because it shows that you are not working during that time. As long as the ROE shows that you lost a job or didn't get compensated for 7 consecutive days, then you are qualified for EI. Let me repeat that again. So there's a difference between reduced hours and temporary layoff. You need to communicate with your employer. As far as I know, employers in some provinces are mandatory to give you an ROE for temporary layoff, while employers in some provinces are not. If your boss isn't willing to give you one, it's best to contact Service Canada. Another case that is similar to scenario 3. I have been working, but now my income is less than 50% of what I used to make. Can I apply for CRB then? In this case, unfortunately, you cannot. As long as you have worked 120 insurable hours and you can receive an ROE, then you can only stick to EI. In other words, if you're self-employed, or a contractor that have never contributed to EI before, or you haven't worked for 120 insurable hours, then you can apply for CRB, given that your income is 50% reduced. A lot of people thought they need to be jobless when they are applying for EI. The truth is, you can work while you're applying for EI, and you can work even when you're collecting EI. You just need to have a period that you got laid off, or you have been without work or without pay for at least 7 consecutive days in the past 52 weeks. For EI, how much can I make before I have to pay back the EI? Is it $38,000? So for the $38,000 cap is only applicable to CRB but not EI. For EI, you can keep 50 cents of your benefits for every dollar you earned. up to 90% of your previous weekly earnings. Above this cap, your EI benefits are deducted dollar for dollar. Also, you are not eligible to receive EI benefits if you are working in a full week, regardless of the amount that you earn. However, this will not reduce the total number of weeks payable on your claim. Let's take a look at an example. Say your original income was $1,000 a month and you have been collecting EI. Then you got another job making $500 a month. As a result, you need to pay $250 back to EI the following year when you file your taxes. In the end, you will be able to keep $1,750 from EI and $500 from your work for a total of $2,250, which is still better off than collecting EI only. For the CRB 38,000 cap is 50 cents for every dollar on top of the 38,000. The income we are talking about here is the net income, which is usually the number on the line 23600 for the calendar year excluding the CRB payments. For details, you can check my previous video. You can click the link at the top corner. Alright, scenario 6. For some of you, you might be asking, what if I have two jobs? One is full-time employee and the other one is part-time self-employed. I got laid off from my full-time job. Should I apply for EI or CRB? So the answer for that is, as long as your full-time job you have banked 120 insurable hours and you got laid off, then you should apply for EI, not CRB. Once you're qualified for EI, then the income from your side job will trigger the EI clawback. Okay, for the last scenario, what if I use up all my EI regular benefits, or I was on maternity leave and I also use up all the parental EI? Can I still apply for CRB? I want to quickly recap on how you can qualify for CRB. First of all, in order to qualify for CRB, you cannot be eligible for EI at the same time. Your income has to be 50% less compared to 2019 or the last 12 months. So in this case, where you exhausted all the EI, you are technically no longer EI eligible, and that's when you can start looking into CRB. But like I said in the last video, this is in the gray area, and as there isn't any black and white on the official website about this, so apply it at your own discretion. But hey, if you fall into this category and you have a definite answer from an official, please let me know in the comment section so I can update it as well. Alright, that's what I have for you today. If you feel you're not in the 7 examples above, feel free to comment below, or you can shoot me an email. Now, with that being said, on this year Thanksgiving, have a wonderful time with family, and I sincerely wish you the best of luck of getting your income back. We'll get through this together. This is Thomas, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!